What's up, guys? I'm going to clean the ponds. I'm going to break them down, show you how they work. That way there's no mysteries. You guys can see how I did it. And I'm going to go through it step by step the best I can. Hopefully you guys. Alright guys, I'm going to give you a tour first so you can see how everything works. Right here, this is my 110-gallon pond basin. And above it, there's a 15-gallon pond basin holding the water lilies. I'll show you how that works. From the 110, it overflows into the 50, and the 50 is pumping water back in. I'll show you how that works. From this 50 basin, that is ultimately the lowest point of the pond system because it collects all the water from the pond and all the water from the grow beds, and then it distributes it back out evenly. First things first, I'm gonna show you, you gotta have a water source to fill it up. So this is where my hose is, and I leave it right by the pond, right here. When it's time to change the water, it's super easy for me because I just fill it up. We're gonna drain it. It's hard to drain this much water, but you know, I got this thing right here. This is a pump, and when I want to drain it, I turn it like this, and it in turn goes into the garden and makes all these beautiful flowers grow big time. Also, there's an option to draining. Because I have this self-standing pump, I can just turn that into the garden too. It's right here. And that's just gonna pump all the water out at a rapid speed. Ooh. Sassy girl. Woo. Here we go. You get it. As you see, there goes Big Poppy, the Blessing, Dashi. There goes Gringa, Tweety Birdfish. There goes the Parrot, Pumpkin, Rocket, Genki, Cinco, and the Army of Willie. Over here, we're still draining. And while we drain, I like to clean the sides. You see the algae? You see it? And then I'm going to drain this down after cleaning it. And then I'll show you the schematics of the air pump and how everything works. Okay guys, here's a basic breakdown of the ponds. Here's the 110. And here is my self-standing pump before it is, you know, making action. And here's my pump that pumps up into the hyacinth, water lily, whatever you want to call them, bin. And here's how it goes. I'm going to break it down. So in the 110, I put 2 overflow bulkheads. That way, if it rains, it doesn't overflow and put too much pressure on the tub. Also, I want it that way, so that way I can pump into here and then have it purge out all the old waste and wastewater into the basin for it to be cycled through and broken down by the plants. I have a pump here, and it pumps 130 gallons. I guess it's 130 gallons, whatever the rating is, a minute. 130 gallons a minute or hour, whatever the rating. It's 130 gallons. That's the rating. And from it, I have this 1-inch pipe that comes into a T, and this part is the one that matters. So from this, we suck in all the old water. It comes in, it comes down underneath, up underneath the grow beds here, and up through the top, so that both of these grow beds will get adequate water. Bell siphons back underneath, back into the sump, and it gets recycled again. From here, The same pump will pump water into this. I'm going to show you that after I start to set it up. And that way we get constant water flow, constant oxygen, constant fresh water into where the fatties go. So I'm going to start filling this up with water. Okay guys, we got water in it. We don't have any power going yet. This water is only running because it's overflowing because I put the fish in it. So I figured this would be a good time to show you the fish before I cut them loose into the tank, into the pond, and in no order whatsoever.
Carry me away from my home. What comes so easy, I never wanted it to leave me, yes. Easily it will go. So come on, where do you want to be? Getting at the time now where we should go. Where do you want to be? I can see clearly, I always want to have you near me, yes. Wandering round, home is nowhere to be found.
Here goes my number one
Chasing down a
big
childhood dream.
Pumpkin patch. Look at the scales. Those are Kin Jin Rin metallic scales on a ranchu. Look at that one.
Never have to feel less than free.
Alright, so
Come on, where do you want to be? It's getting about the time now where we should go. Where do you want to be? I can see clearly, I always want to.
okay, so this is how I run my electricity. I cut a hole in a tough box, tough Rubbermaid, and I cut a hole in the side. I put the bottom with tarp just in case water gets in. It'll at least keep this off the bottom. And for each pump, in order, so I know that this pump is right here, this pump is the one that's in the middle, and this one's all the way on the right. Easy for me if I need to do maintenance on it. And it's all run off one switch and one power off of this. So put a lid on it, and then I store it. Here's the lid. It's got a tarpaulin over the top too, tarp. And then it just locks on. Now all my power is up. So I'm gonna stage everything before I turn it on. So this pump right here is by itself. It's the self-standing pump. The only thing this does is just make water, make air with the water. Alright, the other pump, the one that's in the middle, when I put that flower basket on top, this is gonna pump into it. I just have this set up to show you that the water's coming from inside here, up this hose, and it's gonna go into the water hyacinth basket. Anyway, quick recap. So the pump, it pumps to the flower bed right here on this pipe, this 1-inch pipe. Same pump to the water bed, goes underneath, and comes up and pumps into this grow bed and into this grow bed here. Then it drains through the bell cycle right here. Goes right back in to here, the sump. See it maybe kick up. Same pump. Pumps water into here. so that it purges this water out through those bulkheads. So ultimately, the water's getting in here with the same pump. It's just pumping and pushing back out. Pumping and pushing back out. Constant fresh water. This tub back up on top. And there is the drain right there. And that pump that was in the middle hangs right here. The drain is coming down the middle. The pump's coming from the side, and the aeration is coming from there. And this is a pretty healthy pond, I would say. Brand new, just cleaned, fresh water, fresh bottom.